Spider-Man 4 has had some interesting rumors, and the rumors, scoops, and everything keep getting more interesting as the weeks go by. A few days ago, we got some new info from a couple different sources regarding the character of Tom Spider-Man and what they will kind of do moving forward. Not only that, but we have previously discussed that Jon Watts is confirmed not returning to direct MCU Spider-Man 4, but Sony and Marvel are looking into new directors for Spider-Man 4. They've looked at Drew Goddard, who, if you didn't know, was a part of Daredevil on Netflix the first season or 2 seasons, I think, but now they have actually started to look at somebody new, and I believe they aren't looking at Drew Goddard anymore. That's the rumor anyway. As well, we have reportedly got a time frame window of when Spider-Man 4 might start filming. Lastly, as well, a cast confirmation, so be sure to stay till then so you don't miss any of the above, as that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. Let's start off with the character stuff because I find that interesting. A lot of people, I would say, are concerned for what Marvel and Sony plan to do with Tom Spider-Man character wise. So the Cosmic Circus, they did a Discord Q&A with fans, I guess, and they posted like the questions, answers, and kind of gave some of their own scoops like as answers or whatever on their website. They have been reliable in the past, but as always, the following are rumors, so with that being said, anything not confirmed by Sony or Marvel are to be taken with a grain of salt. With that out of the way, Arnie HD asked essentially, what will Tom Spider-Man character wise be like moving forward? Will he be more mature, older, etc.? Alex from Cosmic Circus replied with the following: in Homecoming, Peter wanted to prove himself to be an Avenger alongside Tony, but realized that being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man was better for him. In Infinity War and Endgame, he was forced to rise to the challenge of being an Avenger. In Far From Home, he struggles with establishing himself as his own hero when everyone expects him to be the next Iron Man, and all he wants after everything he's been through is to have a normal moment as Peter Parker. This thread is further explored in No Way Home when his identity is revealed and he learns that Peter Parker and Spider-Man cannot truly coexist without putting people he loves in danger. This all leads to the next chapter in his story. The idea now moving forward is to give him a sense of independence. In his mind, Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man lives on. Since he has either lost or detached himself from everyone he's ever loved, all he has to keep him going is being Spider-Man, whether the city loves him for it or not. As the title of Spider-Man continues to consume Peter's life little by little, Peter will take a backseat and continue to fade from existence slowly. This story point can be compared to Robert Pattinson's Batman in The Batman. So first, I gotta say, if this will be true, this is gonna be awesome. He's definitely gonna need some independence or whatever as Spider-Man. I hope they kind of make him like, oh, like, I don't want your help to like Avengers and other heroes, I work alone. But if they need his help, he'll go and help them type shit, because that's sort of how Spider-Man is and always has been, minus when he's stuck with Miles in his universe, you know? Other than that, Spider-Man is usually a lone wolf. He doesn't really want help from others unless it's absolutely necessary. So I kind of hope they play with that idea more, but then Daredevil is likely going to be in the film, so that could be interesting to see how that will play out. Now, as far as Peter Parker being no more but Spider-Man lives on, I like this idea where as Spider-Man continues to consume Peter's life, Peter Parker continues to fade away. I like this, and the fact that he directly compared it to Robert Pattinson's Batman is dope, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but personally in Tom's Spider-Man films, I feel like we kind of barely get Spider-Man stuff and it was more Peter. Maybe that's just me though, besides like No Way Home. But I don't know, I want a movie where it's mostly him in costume. I still want to see Peter Parker stuff, but I kind of do want a little more Spider-Man out of his films. Maybe 65% Spider-Man, 35% Peter Parker, or nah, actually no, maybe, okay, more realistically, 60 Spider-Man, 40 Peter. That would probably be a lot better. I will say though, I don't necessarily like miserable Spider-Man / Peter. I want a healthier balance because Peter is just as important as Spider-Man, but they both need to have highs and lows that affect each other. I want to see Peter progress as an adult and not be stuck in place, especially like how they have him in the comics and shit. But yeah, there's that. Now moving on to the director, they are apparently looking at and when they will begin filming. This is coming from Jeff Snyder. It's a paid post, so I can't read the actual thing in there, but essentially, quick summary, Justin Lin is being considered to direct Spider-Man 4, so they're looking at Justin Lin now instead of Drew Goddard. If you don't know Justin Lin, he is known for Fast and Furious, and I think he also did Star Trek Beyond, and he's he's done a couple TV shows. Now I will say I've never seen a Star Trek or Fast and Furious movie. I'm 95% sure somebody in the comments is gonna crucify me for what I just said, and I mean, like, whatever, that's fine, go ahead, you fucking keyboard warrior. But yeah, anyway, never seen any of his work, so I can't really say much of my opinion of him as a director, but I mean, I'll kind of go off what a lot of people say. Seemingly a lot of people like the Fast and Furious franchise, so I don't know, maybe he could do good on this movie, but to my knowledge this will be his first superhero project if he does end up directing this film, so I don't know, I guess we'll see. Now Jeff Snyder also said in this post that Spider-Man 4 will start filming between September and October of this year. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, at first I thought this was cap, but then I started thinking about it and this could actually be true. If they start filming in 6 months, which would be September, October of 2024, they would finish roughly around a year or a year and a couple months based off No Way Home's production start time until the time the movie released, which would be September, October of 2025 or November, December of 2025. They would finish Spider-Man 4, right? Stay with me. The thing is, the release date is sort of hard to pinpoint only because they have a lot of other stuff they're trying to release. That's why I made this diagram of 2025, their release months. I will say though, there's some projects that don't currently have a release date, so this could totally be wrong, but I'm just basing this off past scoops, rumors, and again, off their production start to release time of No Way Home. But yeah, here is their 2025 release calendar currently for movies anyway. Captain America 4 is coming out January of 2025, followed by Thunderbolts in May of 2025. Next we got Fantastic Four in July of 2025. Then November 2025 we have Blade. Now these could all of course always change, get delayed, but again, based off No Way Home, they will finish Spider-Man 4 by the end of 2025, start of 2026, if they do start filming 6 months from now. But Blade is dropping November, so there isn't really a place for a 2025 release date. With that being said, let's move on to the 2026 calendar I made of Marvel's release dates currently, and again, keep in mind stuff could change and there's stuff that don't have release dates yet, so could totally be wrong. But we have an untitled date for February. Then we have Kang Dynasty or Avengers 5, whatever, in May of 2026. Now based off again rumors we have heard, Tom Holland is supposed to lead Kang Dynasty, and it wouldn't really make sense for his solo movie to come out after he leads a huge Avengers team up film, although there is a big ass gap between May and November, which does have another untitled film. We'll get to that in a bit. But now typically they will release Spider-Man films around May, June, or July. Raimi Spider-Man 1, Raimi Spider-Man 3, TASM 2 have all released in the month of May, while on the other hand, Raimi Spider-Man 2 was in June, The Amazing Spider-Man, Homecoming, and Far From Home were all in July. And of course, lastly, the oddball out being No Way Home in December. Now that being said, let's go back to the 2026 calendar. Realistically, we have 3 options of when they could potentially release Spider-Man 4. In my personal opinion, the best time would be to release it in February of 2026, or maybe even change that February date to March of 2026, because it's right before Avengers 5, and again, if Tom's Spider-Man is gonna be a lead role, it only makes sense to me anyway to have his solo film, then have him jump into the big events of Avengers 5 and Secret Wars. But we have heard Spider-Man 4 will set up Secret Wars. Notice how I didn't say Avengers 5 though, meaning maybe Spider-Man 4 will come out after Avengers 5, but again, who really knows? Personally, I doubt it. Now the other 2 options would be July of 2026, because if we go back to 2025, we see that between January there's a 3-month gap, then between May and July a month gap, then July to November 3-month gap. There is an oddball out, which is a 2-month gap, February to May, then May to July a 1-month gap, and if Spider-Man 4 does release in July, it would be a 3-month gap until November for whatever film that may be. Which, speaking of which, third option, maybe it could be November, but like, will they have the film ready by the beginning of 2026 just to hold it for like 10-11 months? Again, if they start filming 6 months from now. So yeah, like, would they hold on to the film for almost a year? Who knows? But yeah, personally, my money is on February or March of 2026 or July of 2026. Last thing from Jeff Snyder, Euphoria Euphoria Season 3 is being delayed, and you may be wondering, why does that matter? We're talking about Spider-Man. Well, for those who don't know, Zendaya is actually a part of Euphoria. I think she's a main character of it. I haven't watched it, so I don't know, but I do know she's a part of the project. We did get confirmations that, of course, Tom Holland is returning. Not gonna lie, I didn't know this was like old, but as well as Zendaya is confirmed returning for Spider-Man 4. So this would make sense. She has to commit to Spider-Man 4 filming, so maybe they are actually filming 6 months from now since Euphoria is getting delayed. But yeah, with that, anything else she has going on, she has to delay because, you know, she has to commit for Spider-Man 4. Jeez, that was a lot. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. What do you think of all this? What are you hoping to see in Spider-Man 4? Do you think my prediction for release dates is true, or do you disagree? With that being said, I want to hear your opinion, so make sure to comment down below so I can interact with you in the comments. Thank you for taking time out of your day to click on this video. If you're new to the channel, I usually try my best to cover confirmations, rumors, leaks regarding Spider-Man media, and whatever else I'm interested in. So if that's what you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 6K. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and to check out my last upload at the top left. Hope you ever had a good day and that you enjoyed the video. Until next time.